Take 3 of Tidy 10 at 10. This is episode 5, and today we're going to be talking about how to calm the fears of the inner children. Yesterday in episode 4, I gave you the kind of brief overview of how to do the pep talk, how to do the love talk. And today we're going to focus on phase 1 of that love talk. Thank you all for joining me today. I'm sorry I'm having trouble getting live on here today for some reason. But remember what they were. It was calm the fear, meet the need, ignite the spark, and then speak it out. Like basically when you get to this level, when this level of vibration has taken over all of your inner children, then you're basically manifesting in a way that you've, it's just happening. I give you an example of that. I was talking to my son. We were driving home from Birmingham, and I was in the car, and I was kind of talking to him about the inner children and giving him all of the secrets that I knew. And I said, it's kind of like this. And we were in traffic, and I was just kind of speaking it out like, traffic is so easy. The lanes are always so open for me. It's so easy to travel on these roads. It's like I have so much space in front of me. I can just go as fast or as slow as I want no matter what's going on around me. Traffic is so easy and so flowing always for me. Look at all these green lights. We just keep getting every green light just for us. We just keep flowing right on through. And I was playing. I said, it's not instant, but I'm setting up the future. Maybe that's not what we're seeing right now, but I'm setting it up so that can be my experience. I'm speaking it out, the power of the spoken word. And I was kind of just playing as I was saying it, but what started happening was instant manifestation. People who, they would have their blinker on about to get over in front of me and then just pull back into their lane. It was the craziest thing. And he's like, Mom, tell me how to do this. And I'm like, I don't even know. But it was like I had been in this alignment, and it was more of I was just speaking it out. Now, was that a coincidence? Was that the universe? I don't know. But I'm telling you, there is something to this. And the benefit is not, being able to flow through traffic easier. But although that is a good feeling to be able to have that type of experience in life. But the benefit is that you get to have peace of mind, and you stop creating a life of karma from emotional patterns, from pain, from suffering. You get to stop that. So that in and of itself happens pretty instantly. So no matter what the benefits are after that, it's worth it, okay? So stick with me here. I'm going to tell you. So the first thing that we have to do is calm the fear. Now, you've got an inner child. And usually you'll have one that is dominant, meaning they are taking over the life. None of the others get any time and attention. So why is that? Why are they dominant? Because they're the most afraid. The others are kind of yeah, I'm a little bit afraid in my area of life, but nothing like she is. The most afraid, the squeaky wheel, will become the dominant one in your life. Because, because they are trying to get to safety. That inner child, and any outer child or inner child, just wants to feel safe and secure in their environment, with their caretaker, within themselves. They just want to feel safe. The reason that dominant inner child has an obsessive thought or an overthinking thought or gets into their head about anything is because they don't feel safe about something, and they're trying to figure out how to get to safety. Now, a lot of times they're going around you, the caretaker, they're going around God. They don't trust people. They don't trust you as the caretaker, and they don't trust God. They feel like they have to do it within themselves in their own power because that's what they're used to. Nobody's ever helped them before. They didn't feel like they were. They didn't realize that there was a divine energy that was always looking out for them if they would stop and allow that to help them. That there could be people around them that help them. That there could be a caretaker here that actually cares about what they're scared of. So today we're going to learn how, we got 5 minutes left. We're going to give an example of how to calm that fearful, I don't feel safe inner child. Think about it right now. Who is the dominant one? Work. Who's the loudest? Who's the squeaky wheel? Work, home, body, relationship, or money? Who's scared? Who in those cubicles is like, I'm not listening to you. I've got to go do da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I get all the time and attention because it used to be my relationship one. I rarely felt safe in relationships. Rarely, ever. I was always afraid of being betrayed, being cheated on, being replaced, being someone better coming along. But my relationship child just was always in a vulnerable state. And I didn't know how to calm her fear to make her feel safe. Now I do. I'm going to give you an example. Now I would say, hey, she's upset and she's worried. I would say, hey, what are you afraid of? Talk to me. What are you afraid of? And that child, when you first ask them, may not know how to tell you that. So they may tell you a bunch of surface stuff. Well, this and this and this and this. Okay. And then be patient with them and say, this is an internal dialogue that you're having with yourself. Okay. But you're seeing the fearful part as this inner child. Relationship inner child. Tell me what you're afraid of right now. This is step 1 of calming the fear. Tell me what you're afraid of right now. Well, they did this and they did that. Okay, I hear you. I understand, and I understand that didn't make you feel good, but what are you afraid of? And then they'll probably ramble something else off. They don't know exactly at first how to put into words what it is. But if you keep asking, they'll finally get to it. And you'll be like, and here's what they'll get to. I don't feel loved or wanted. That's usually the relationship inner child. I don't feel loved or wanted. It's whatever you have to ask them. Remember when we asked in episode 2 or 3 how they wanted to feel? They're not feeling that. Look at your list. What did you write down on how they wanted to feel? Look at your list. They're not feeling that. That's the root of it. They'll say all kinds of surface stuff. But if you go back the list and see how they wanted to feel, they're not feeling that. So for my relationship and most everybody's relationship inner child, they just want to know they're loved and they just want to know they're wanted. That's pretty much it. Everything they do, every behavior, trying to get invited to parties or trying to get invited to the family gatherings or trying to get people to like them or trying to people please, every behavior is so that they can feel that loved and wanted. So then we would go to step 2. Now I know what the need is. I calm the fear. Talk to me. I know you're afraid. I'm so sorry that you're afraid right now. I'm so sorry that this is happening. A lot of times in the calm the fear part, you have to tell them that they are right. You're right. That shouldn't have happened. Even if, as the caretaker, you're like, yeah, they are, but there's a much bigger picture that they're not seeing. It doesn't matter. If you don't calm them down, you can't go to step 2 of meeting the need. You might think, oh, they're calm now. I've told them, they're okay. So now I'm going to meet the need. I love you and I want you. They're not going to hear that. They're still in fear. They're not going to let that in. They're not going to let you meet the need because they're still afraid. They have to relax. You have to tell them whatever. I don't care what you tell them. It's an ego, okay? They need to hear some pretty egoic stuff sometimes. I don't care what you tell them. Just tell them whatever they need to hear so that they're like, oh, okay, all right, somebody heard me. Somebody listened to me. Yeah, you're right. They were a jerk to you and they should not have treated you like that. Even though as a caretaker, there's a much bigger picture to that. It doesn't matter. You're talking to a child that needs to hear this. Why are you telling them what they want to hear? Because you want them to listen to you. You can't explain the higher perspective to them and meet their need and readjust their expectations if they're closed off to you, if they don't trust you. You're building trust right here in the first part that, hey, anytime I go to this caretaker with a fear, that's a good point. Won't they know I'm lying? If they say, if they say, you're just lying to me and you're just telling me what I want to hear, you can say, you can say, you're right, I'm sorry. Just apologize to them. They need to be right in that moment. That inner child, no matter what they say, if they start arguing with you or resisting you, they need to be right. Okay? Let them be right. All right? It depends on what kind of mind you're dealing with. Stubborn, whiny, or fearful. A lot of times it's kind of a mixture. Tell them whatever they need to hear. So if they're fighting and resisting what you're saying in that step of trying to calm the fear, say, you're right. You're right, I'm sorry. You're right, I'm sorry. I just want you to feel better. Just tell me what I can do to make you feel better. And then they open. If they're in this resistant state, they're scared. And a lot of times when we're scared, we do get in a resistant state. And we need to know that we're being heard and that we're being agreed with. I just agree with them. Whatever they say. They're in a crazy state at that moment, okay? That's it for today. I'm trying so hard to stick to 10 minutes. We call these the Tidy 10 at 10 because it's 10 minutes at 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. So every day at 10 o'clock Central Standard Time, I will give a 10-minute talk on these things. I may have to do another one on the calm step. I don't know. We'll see. I can't give them what they want. If you can in your imagination. We'll talk more about that tomorrow because a lot of times it's like, but I can't physically give them what they want. That's when you use the show and tell method. If telling them doesn't work to calm their fear, you have to show them a world where they're getting what they want. Okay? We'll talk more about that tomorrow. Thanks for joining me. Bye.